How about my dearest YouTube friends? Today we are in a new video. We continue to analyze characters in rank 4 to see what their potential for damage is, and in this case they have left us this conviction in rank 4 in a great way. In this case I have to thank the great subscriber and friend Ricardo, who has decided to stay away from showing his profile, and that is why I am blocking it. He has raised it thanks to the gem that has touched him scientifically. In the time of pain, and he has it for a security of 71. It is true that our Count NEFARIA is worth it for you for 200, so we are going to read right now in his abilities that he basically passively regenerates X% of life. That is going to be greater the maximum age we are, apart from the fact that the portion of cannot exceed X% of life. So the higher the security, the higher is going to be that regeneration, that limit, so to speak, when the opponent gets 40 points, some power bar than that. Already rising, since it improves the science of 50 seconds, it instantly has 50 psionic charges. That is why it is quite profitable to take it for 200. And apart from that, it is administrative. When they gain X% of maximum rise for any reason, I suppose that the greater the security, the less will be that percentage of life now. So yes, as we already did with Mr. Sinister, we are going to take him to the Kingdom of Legends to try it out, to do all the tricks with him, to see if it is possible. And let's remember that we have that stopper of Wolverine of the Kingdom of Legends. This also explains a little overlap. Basically, we have to make just stops before entering the fight so that we can generate those accumulations of energy that you are already seeing under the life of the Winter Soldier. Basically, with stops, we also gain those ionic charges that we have under the life of NEFARIA. And with Super Attack 1, we convert those accumulations of energy under the Soldier in Winter into those charges, so to speak, brown, that you are already seeing under the life of NEFARIA. Your thing is to have 100, 150, because let's remember that the more we leave, the more we are going to convert them with the Super Attack 2 with Furies. You are already seeing the potential that the character has above that he can avoid any type of super attack. You are already seeing the blows that the character leaves tremendous. That accumulation of energy, we are now going to literally steal it with the stop on top. We can avoid that super attack, in this case our little soldier friend in Winter, and we can roll Super Attack 1 again to gain those energy accumulations in brown form. And now if we have reached 168, we are going to do tremendous damage. Let's see if it leaves us. There we are. We threw a Super Attack 2-tap and literally killed each other. We passed the first stone of the road, which in this case is the Winter Soldier, in basically 1 minute and 11, so you can see the damage. And we had a class disadvantage. Now let's see the potential. Against classic Captain Marvel, we are going to see if we can do everything at once, because we are also going to discover a series of abilities that the character has during this fight. Okay, so we keep pasting, we keep generating the gameplay. Let's remember that with stops, we leave those ionic charges under the life of NEFARIA, and we leave those energy accumulation disadvantages under the life of classic Captain Marvel. As long as we have the yellow dodge icon under our NEFARIA, we can make a stop. And in this case, an illusion will be activated. Basically, we have to reach 150 H ionic charges under the Condensaria road, throw Super Attack 2, and develop that tremendous damage that the character has. The truth is that Ricardo has made a great choice by raising this character to a rank higher than this rank 4. And the truth is that he is a character that I am literally in love with because of the damage he has, the use he has, because of the regeneration he has, which at the moment we are not observing it at all. Because in the end, we haven't needed it yet. Look, now that we have it 97%, we're gonna be able to see it. It also applies where it develops well with the NEFARIA, because with fights in which the characters heal or accumulate power, as we are going to see in the future against that Wolverine from the Kingdom of Legends, we are going to continue fighting. You're already seeing how that one is getting on. That energy, those loads of energy accumulation beneath Juggernauty's life. In this case, I think the fight is going to turn out a little worse, because in the end, it is much slower due to Juggernauty's unstoppable. You have already seen the first fall, so to speak, where Count NEFARIA does not look good, and it is right when he does the evaded attack, when the character is unstoppable, because he basically does not act on him. That illusion, so to speak, is a weak blow that this Count NEFARIA has that he cannot do against the unstoppable. Let's do the illusion well, because if it's not going to be leaving you, well, the illusion is not going to be activated, as you're seeing right now. In this case, we have simply been lucky, and he has backed away, but you have already seen that before he has pushed us back and hit us. Apart from here, since we are facing the first mystic of this Kingdom of Legends, I have to tell you that the character, instead with the auction that 2 of leaving an incineration disadvantage looks with what he has told you, the unstoppable leaves a plasma disadvantage, since there are many mystics who are immune to that incineration advantage. Well, it is not so common for plasma to be immune, but you are already seeing how this condemnation is imposed on any character. Faria, it is true that he is much slower than other characters, but I already tell you that the massive damage he has is totally spectacular. You are also seeing how we regenerate during the fight. We're going to see it right now, because right now we're at 97%. I always remind you to enter the fight with that stop so that you activate that one. Illusion, and thus we are going to accumulate energy charges more simply. So what do we have to do? Well, again, we have to look for example, there we are and almost reach super attack 2, throw super attack 1, so that those accumulations of energy pass directly to us, and with the loads of illusions, because we throw the same thing at us, you are already seeing that every time we have super attack 1, we obtain a series of powers which will be based on the unique ability we have with Conde Nefaria. That is why I tell you that it is quite important to have Nefaria's Alcon with a quite high singularity, which in this case, well, for 200 it is his thing. You are already seeing that instead of the unknown from the previous fight, we have put incineration on the opponent, on our friend Rhino, instead of that plasma disadvantage. You are seeing the brutal blows that our friend Count NEFARIA is throwing. It's totally spectacular. I literally love this character, who is worth you in many fields. For example, in raids, it has become one of my essentials, both in alliance races and in normal raids. It's just a piece of beast. Let's go to the next fight, that we are almost getting closer to the stopper that this Kingdom of Legends usually has, which is that Wolverine, who... In this case, I believe that with Conde Nefaria, it can turn out quite well, because in the end, we are leaving many disadvantages of energy accumulations, and thus we will be able to remove regeneration, so to speak. And on top of that, we are also going to be lucky enough to be able to develop the Conde Nefaria more quickly, because we are going to gain more ionic charges as it regenerates. Well, that's it. We already have ionic charges. Look, be careful where he hit us. He hit us a little there, but nothing happens ready. We evaded quite well. We have 132 charges. Let's remember that with each stop, 10 ionic charges are also generated in our Nefaria Con, and you are already seeing the damage it has with 13 Fury improvements, which seems outrageous to me. 26 blows 1000, of 21,000, of 8,000. And we are not lucky enough to be critical, because imagining this with the Nefaria with critical blows would seem absurd to me. Now we are going to demonstrate another potential that Conde Nefaria has with this vision, because let's remember what vision that accumulation of power has. I don't know if this is the Land of Legends, but I think so. You are already seeing how, in this case, it does have it, because you have seen how it started with a power bar, and you are already seeing that our ionic charges, unlike other fights, since it has already started at a higher level, therefore the development becomes easier. You see, we have 182 charges, so literally super attack 2. We already have the 15 Fury upgrades. And in this case, we have been unlucky because he has not dealt us any critical blow. But if it wasn't totally absurd, look at blows of 27,000. I swear to you that from the best scientists, so to speak, more balanced than we could take to rank 4. Look how we're going to heal right now. Look at almost the good 98%. I don't know why he healed us so much, but he should have healed himself, and that's it. We are already seeing how we have taken on that classic vision, thanks to the fact that in the end, he is a character that generates an accumulation of power, and we have killed him super easily, and we are already getting closer to that stopper. Now we have class disadvantage again. Let's remember that Count Nefaria's abilities don't perform as well when we have class disadvantage. We still have the illusion, we still have the Zion charges and the Furies, but I think, for example, the disadvantages are a little bit slower to show up. Those energies do not become so simple, they do not accumulate easier. So, well, a small disadvantage that we may have against these characters, but you are already seeing how easy it is to develop it too. There we are ready. We almost have the 150 HL loads, remember to avoid so that we can do much more damage. And above all, accumulate more energy. I would basically condemn a buildup of energy getting to 150. H loads that you are seeing under the condemnation road, we may be developing totally absurd damage. And let's remember that right now we are at a class disadvantage with this classic Black Panther you are already seeing, eh? Wow, now that he's hit us a little there. And in addition to the fact that our friend Count NEFARIA has quite strong immunities such as hemorrhage, which in this case, well, when they give us hemorrhage, the only thing he will do is that those ionic charges under the life of Conda NEFARIA will decrease. So the character development is not that fast, it's not that easy. Have you seen that 70-odd 1000 critic that our friend Count NEFARIA had? It seems to me absolute nonsense with a class disadvantage. We made the Panther in black in 1 minute 07, so you can see the potential this one has. NEFARIA. Basically, I like to test the characters in the Kingdom of Legends, as I already told you, with the Mr. without Mr. Because that is where we are actually going to be able to see the entire potential of the character without any type of node. That's why I bring you this type of gameplay in this Kingdom of Legends, so we keep hitting. I'm also already seeing how the damage effects over time are not so powerful in our friend with NEFARIA. Here, for example, with Classic Scarlet Witch, we can see another, so to speak, decrease or another inconvenience that our friend has with NEFARIA, and it is when a character takes away your power because you will not be able to develop it in the same way that you could be developing it in a normal fight. In this case, we are not being lucky because our Scarlet Witch friend is not taking away any type of power from us, but because we are being lucky that otherwise right now we would not be developing well at all. You are also seeing to the condemned friend, that is why it is very important to also have the resistance that it has. And this condemned wood, that is why it is so good, because the resistance that it has, the disadvantages in this case of poison, causes it to be quite all-terrain in any type of fight. I already tell you that for me, he is a character that I literally fell in love with since he appeared in the Glorious Games saga, that I have him raised to rank 3 and I hope. Maxing it by 200 on my account in 0, in fact, if I had gotten the Scientific Cosme Gem, I would have given a rank 4 directly to the character because you are already seeing how good this piece of God is. Now you do. We have reached the turning point of the Kingdom of Legends, that stopper that many people fear and where it stops due to the regeneration that this Wolverine has. But I believe that Conda NEFARIA will benefit from the amount of regeneration that this character will obtain. You are already seeing how we are regenerating and how that accumulation of gray energy is increasing more and more. Therefore, putting those energy accumulation disadvantages in it faster. And you're already seeing how we're taking that regeneration away from Wolverine's friend. Therefore, the greater the energy accumulation disadvantages, the more we are going to take away that accuracy of regeneration skills from the opponent. You see? And that tremendous hit of 100,000 and that normal hit of 44,000. I don't know how long we've been killing this world green, but I don't know if it's been 30 seconds or 40 seconds. How much was it? Let's see. Watch 28 seconds of Wolverine Weapon X. So you can see that it is also a direct counter against the characters that regenerate outrageously. We're going to put an end to the Kingdom of Legends. In the end, once past our friend Wolverine's stopper, Black Lightning Black Ball. And our friend Jules, they get super fast. It is, so to speak, the test I want, that all the ranks 4 that I am going to show you pass. I have a pretty big list at the moment. This week I brought you Mr. Sinister and I brought you Conda NEFARIA, but next week you will see all the characters that I am going to bring you in rank 4. In fact, I'm even thinking about bringing him 2 a day, because the truth is that thank you very much to all those who are offering to leave me their characters in rank 4 so that I can bring you analysis. The truth is that you are appreciated. It deserves a lot, and in this case it is that I condemn Faria and Mr. They are 2 characters that I love to use my account on a daily basis, and that is why I want to show you the potential that these characters in rank 4 have. Although I do not. I have been lucky enough to upload them to my account. Come on, that's very good. We continue, ready, and our black ball is already dead, so you can see how super simple it is to generate the this tremendous damage that this Count Nefaria has, which to this day many people still don't like so much. They know the potential they have, but they don't like it. I'm telling you, you are already seeing how quickly the character develops. Basically, we enter with a stop again and we charge those accumulations of energy under the life of our speaker, which in this case is Hulk. We have to continue making stops to generate those ionic charges under the life of our Count Nefaria and simply throw Super Attack 1 for those energy accumulations to convert from ionic charges to ionic overload, and that's it. You have to stick, and it would already be, because on top of that, when we get those ionic charges, we pass them to our Count Nefaria because we have that copy of power that brings us closer to that Super Attack 2 to be able to throw it, as we are seeing now, and convert those 150 ionic charges into 15 improvements of fury that are, so to speak, the maxims we have. And that'd be friends. Is there nothing more to be said about this condemnation? Top attacker prestige does not have that much, and defense may be bothering us at certain nodes. He's an ultra massive damage character, you're already seeing him, so nothing. I hope you liked the video, suggest you are not here, and see you in other videos. Bye bye.